What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday night. It's 5 p.m. Adam Miller with the 941 Lifestyle Group coming to you live from beautiful and currently sunny Lakewood Ranch. It has been raining. My goodness, we've been getting a crap load of rain. Can I say crap load on my live stream? I think I can say that. My goodness, it has been a ton of rain today. It was beautiful, and then it was raining, and now it's beautiful. I think we got like 6 inches of rain yesterday. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but welcome to the channel. If you are watching live or if you're watching the replay, drop a comment down below. Where are you guys watching from? Always love to hear where you're watching from. Drop your comments down below. Drop your questions down below. If you don't want to do it on the live stream, my contact information is down below. You can do that anytime. I did get a question, so I wanted to make sure that I throw that up on screen. We got a lot of cool stuff in the on the video today. Our featured village is Wild Blue. I got some cool stories. And this live stream, it's about 6 months. We moved back from Maui to Florida, from Florida to Maui, back to Florida. It's been 6 months, almost exactly 6 months. Next week will be exactly 6 months. All right. This was the question that I have. Hey, Adam, do you think the real estate market in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch is going to crash? Great question. I wish I could predict the future, but here is a little bit about what we are seeing. Homes are definitely sitting on the market a little longer than they were, but prices are still staying strong. Now, the list price to sell price, that's been dropping a little bit for a couple of reasons. A lot of sellers, not all sellers, are just unrealistic about their price. The market is not the way it was in 2019, 2020, 21, 22. Where you're just having tons of showings and tons of offers, and they're sitting. And real estate agents are either lying and telling sellers whatever they want to hear in order to get the listing, or just agreeing to a price in order to get the listing. I pulled this up today. I did a quick little live video. In the last 24 hours, this was this morning, there were 189 homes who had to adjust their price, had to lower their price. In the last 3 days, there were 464 homes that adjusted their price. In the last 7 days, in the last week, 790 homes had to adjust their price because they are overpriced. That is just ridiculous. Real estate agents price the homes right. And we're not talking about like, if you're in the market, that's one thing. If the house is worth $900,000 and you list it for $910,000, that's one thing. If it's worth $900,000 and you list it for $1 million, well, shame on you. Not a great idea. So I digress. I did not want to talk too much about that. So here's what I want to do. I want to talk about our featured village of the day. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. And it is Wild Blue, one of my favorite new locations. It is, you can get single family homes ranging from 2,300 square feet to over 4,000 square feet. They have estate homes that are on 1 acres. And those are starting at like 4,500 square feet. So I'm going to show you a quick little video. It's short. It's like 35 seconds, but I got some notes. I want to tell you all about it. So they did just start construction on the Midway Sports Complex. I just read an article that they just started construction on that one. There's going to be 13 acres for the neighbors to explore. There's going to be, get a load of this, 6 tennis courts, a shaded pavilion, 8 pickleball courts, children's playground. There's going to be a sports court pro shop. There's going to be a wetland overlook with a boardwalk. There's also going to be a dock and a kayak, which I thought was really awesome. The furry friends, you can have not 1, but 2 dog parks. There's a picnic area with grilling stations. There's going to be a lakeside and preserve trails. Some of the best of the best of the best home builders in Lakewood Ranch are going to be building homes. In Wild Blue, we have stock luxury homes. Their homes are starting at $1 million and go well above $3 million. Now, I just saw some of their homes in the Lake Club. I know they can do homes at $6 million. So because these are custom homes, you could probably go up to $6 million. Lee Wetherington, homes starting at $1.5 million. John Cannon, one of my favorite builders, their homes are starting at $2 million. AR Homes, Arthur Ruttenberg, those homes are going to be starting at $2 million. And then Anchor Builders of Southwest Florida's, my notes say they are going to be starting at $2.9 million. Just so you know, home sites, the lots, they start at $300,000. They start at $300,000. So they have, I think, 5 different lot sizes: 64 foot, 78 foot, 90 foot, 100, 100 foot, and 143 foot properties, in addition to 1 acre home sites. This is not a cheap neighborhood. This is definitely luxury, luxury, luxury. The monthly homeowners association fees range anywhere from about 800 to about 900. Then, because you're on Lakewood Ranch, there is a CDD fee, a community development community fee, which ranges from $2,500 to $3,400 annually. So it is definitely not a cheap neighborhood. I've got links in the description down below to some home tours that we have done in Wild Blue. It's actually a really fun video, 3 properties, 1 video, as well as some homes for sale. If you have any questions at all, definitely give us a call. Keep in mind too, as with all new construction, when you go into those models and those salespeople are there, super friendly, super knowledgeable, have lots of friends who are, work for some of the builders. They work for the builders. They represent the seller. So do me a favor, call us. You need somebody in your corner who can represent your best interests. Currently, the builders in Lakewood Ranch, all of them are still paying real estate agent commissions. So yeah, definitely reach out to us because we want to help you. All right. I got some great little stories I want to share with you. So I'm going to go back, share my screen again. And again, if you have any questions, any comments, drop them in the comments, or you can just send me an email after the fact. It's all good to me either way. All right. That was that one. Let's shut that down. Sorry about that. All right. Flood watch remains in effect for Sarasota. I don't know if you saw any of the videos of St. Armand Circle in Sarasota. The whole, man, downtown Sarasota, like Fruitville area and 301 underwater. But St. Armand Circle, man, a lot of rain, like feet of rain into the stores. I don't know if they're into all the stores, but it looked pretty damaging. So you can see some of the rain here. I mean, to the south got a lot more rain. We are in Sarasota, Lakewood Ranch. Looks anywhere it's said from like 3 inches of rain. It seems like it was probably more than that. That was the forecast. But I think there's still another front. So if you're in the area, careful driving. Don't drive through water. You heard of that before. All right, next up, of course, this happened too. Go figure. Hurricane preparedness tailored to Lakewood Ranch. So there was a big meeting the other day. I really wanted to go. We were out of town, so I could not go, but 100 people showed up. Again, I'll put a link in the description down below, but here were kind of the big tips. 3 tips for locals. Sounds familiar. If you were through Hurricane Ian, you were probably guilty of this one because a vast majority of people did not leave. Waiting too long could leave you stuck on Interstate I-75, trying to make up your mind and leaving ahead of the crowd. Well, try making up your mind and leave ahead of the crowd. Just get out of town. I know for sure. I've been there before, reluctant about leaving. And next thing you know, we're in a major storm. It's terrible. With over 400,000 residents, Manatee County shelters have the capacity of 35,000. And only 4 accept pets. So have a plan ahead of time for your pets. Now, of course, most people, I get it. We're all stubborn. No, I'm not going to leave. I'm going to deal with it. That's a big problem. So after hurricane, most emergency workers are going to be in the western portion of the county, closer to the water, dealing with the storm surge. So they might not get to you. Stock enough supplies to last you 3 to 5 days. A couple of things in there that I wanted to make sure. Obviously turn off your gas if you can, but this is the biggest misnomer that they keep hearing. Oh, we live 10 miles from the coast. I don't need to worry about it. Even this far from the coast, because we're close to the Braden River, a major artery, we've got a flood zone right on top of us. Now, not necessarily all of Lakewood Ranch, but the Braden River does go through Lakewood Ranch, cuts across from Summerfield to the other Summerfield, crosses over Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, right around Summerfield. So you definitely want to be cautious. If you do not already have your hurricane prepared kit, you probably want to do that sooner than later. Maybe a radio, some batteries, some food. You want to get some blocks of ice, at least ready to get ready. All right, next up, this I love about Lakewood Ranch, always getting prepared for the future. Lakewood Ranch Medical Center breaks ground on a $120 million expansion. The new 5-story tower will be the largest and most significant expansion in the hospital's 20-year history. It is a terrific hospital. It is a highly rated hospital. Lakewood Ranch Medical Center started with 160 credentialed physicians and allied professionals. The hospital now has 750 medical providers. The hospital always had really good culture, and that culture has only gotten better. We all work together to make this happen. This is going to be something that puts us on the map. I think they're on the map already. This has been a long time coming in order for us to keep up with the demand from the community. This is the project that needs to happen. The new tower will go in the green space between the entrance to the Women's Center and the main entrance of the hospital. I know exactly where that is. Just so you know, Lakewood Ranch Hospital is directly across the street from Main Street, Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, probably like half a mile north, maybe less than half a mile north of University Parkway, if you ever need it. The hospital's capacity will increase from 180 beds as the expansion will add 60 more beds. Yeah, good stuff. I'm so glad that they're expanding that one. I know that they need it. When both phases of the tower are completed, it will double the hospital's patient bed capacity to 240. And here's another great thing too. It will add approximately 100 new jobs to the hospital. So good job, Lakewood Ranch Medical Center. All right. And then I think what I want to do is talk to you about my experience moving here now. First video we did on this channel was talking about moving from Florida to Maui, back to Florida. Now, most people think that is insane. It is a little insane. Like I said, it is just about 6 months. There's a whole lot of reasons that we left Maui, none having to do with the fire. We decided before the fire that we were going to leave. We had 2 dogs that we moved from here to there, and we knew we were not going to be able to move them back. They were older dogs. McKenna was 16. Mojo was 11 or 12. Mojo had been sick forever. Doctor told us he had like 6 months to live. 4 years later, 4+ years later, he was still alive. So we knew we were moving before the fires happened. But we were in this area for 10 years. We moved to Maui for just a little over 5 years. And now we are back 6 months in Lakewood Ranch. And it is still a little surreal. We definitely miss Maui for a lot of reasons. Beautiful beaches. The weather is just gorgeous all year long. Now, we lived in the south side in Kihei. Gets about 10 to 15 inches of rain a year. The weather's, 75 to 85 on average. Gets about 90 sometimes in the summertime. Drops down to, maybe low 60s in the morning in January. But there's no snakes. That was nice. No humidity, or at least very little humidity. No humidity compared to Florida. Obviously, mountains, dormant volcanoes, 2 of them, just gorgeous. We miss our friends. A lot of our clients became our friends, but we miss our clients who happen to move there too. We miss some of the food there, poke, right? You've had tuna poke. Gosh, you can go to just the supermarket and get 20, 30 different kinds. Salmon poke, taco, which is octopus. You can get scallop poke. Oh my gosh, so much good poke. You know what else I miss? Smiles. You know what else I miss? Eye contact. People make eye contact there and they smile. They throw you a shaka too. And most certainly it is a slower pace. Florida, not so much. Driving is so unbelievably fast and super aggressive. I'm born in New York. I know aggression. I've lived in Chicago, San Francisco, LA, DC. Man, but here it is just super aggressive, and it's aggressive like all over the place, like parking lots. If you're backing out of a parking lot or pulling out forwards and you're halfway out, that still seems to be just enough room for somebody to go around you, as opposed to them just like stopping and letting you come through. And it doesn't matter, man. I've seen 18-year-old kids be this aggressive. I've seen 80-year-old, women be aggressive, guys in pickup trucks, girls in pickup trucks. Does not matter. And very little eye contact, very little shakas, very little waving. And boy, it's hot, and boy, it's humid. However, we are back in Florida, and there are so many reasons that we'd love to be back in Florida. And quite honestly, this past week was just was proof why. Number one reason was friends and family. They're all on the East Coast. It's a 12-hour plus flight from Maui here. There's no easy way around it. And just this past week, got to see my parents. They celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary. My mom turning 80. My brother-in-law turned 60. Big party, all three of those occasions. And I got to see a lot of my friends. Friends who we know from Florida, friends who are visiting Florida, which is awesome. And concerts, live concerts. We've got to see a handful of concerts. We go to Janice Live in St. Pete. We got tickets. We bought tickets for Sammy Hagar, which we're super excited. He's playing in Tampa, but so many concerts. And again, talking about food, oysters. Man, we love oysters. Oysters on Maui, they're like $6 to $7 each. $6 to $7 each. Do the math. I can do the math real quick. That's $72 a dozen. I can eat 2 easily dozen oysters myself. Jessica and I usually get 2 or 3 dozen oysters when we get out. Not at $72 a dozen. Happy hours are reasonable, and everyone's got a happy hour. Now, Maui's got a happy hour everywhere as well, too. It's just very expensive. And here, the happy hours are fantastic. We went out for oysters the other day. They were 3 for $5. 3 for $5. And they were the big, fat, juicy ones. There's great, authentic Mexican food here. So good. And good American-style Chinese food. You know what I'm talking about? The spare ribs and the lo mein and the shrimp and lobster sauce and the hot and sour soup. We miss that. The fishing. You would think fishing would be really fantastic on Maui in an island chain in the Pacific Ocean. Now, if you got a boat, if you're skilled at kayaking, which we are here, not so much there. Different type of water. But the fishing is excellent here. We've gone fishing, 15 times. Snook, redfish, trout, snapper, jacks, all the good stuff. And then long drives. Now, we haven't taken a ton of long drives. We've been up to Tampa a few times, maybe a 2-hour drive. But we're going to go to Sanibel soon, and that's probably a 2.5-hour drive. But having the options to do that one, we say the biggest reasons we left were options and opportunity, besides family and friends. Shorter flights, which are great, because the flights from Maui, no matter where you're going, they're long, and we have jet lag. We're doing some kayak fishing, or actually our kayaks, that's a whole nother story. Not going to talk about it, but we're closer to everything. And being on the mainland means that we can do more real estate events, which was another reason that we chose to move back. We go to a lot of events. We had to pick and choose which events we went to, because when you leave from Maui, especially when we had 2 dogs, the way the flights leave and the way the flights come back, most of the real estate events we go to are 3-day events. They turn into 6-day events because we leave 2 days before the event just to kind of get there on time and get acclimated to the time change. And then the way the flights leave the mainland, most of these are in Texas. You can't fly back the same night that the event ends. So we have to spend the next night. So now we're spending 3 extra nights for a 3-day event, which is, 3 nights of hotel rooms, 7 or 8 extra meals. It is 3 extra days of a dog sitter for 2 pups. Anyway, not that we couldn't afford it. It just adds up over time. So we had to pick and choose which events we went to. So we usually go like 2, 3 events. We've got to 3 events, maybe 4 events already this year. And I know we already have 3 booked. We have Tom Ferry, who's our real estate coach, Success Summit, Real Broker, our brokerage is having an event. And then Vid Summit. I love Vid Summit. Actually, believe it or not, once again, I am going from Tom Ferry's Success Summit. This time I get to come back, because the last time I did this, it wasn't worth it for me to come back. So I flew directly from to the next event. But in this case, the Tom Ferry Success Summit, I am flying back. I think that's September, October. And then flying back again to Dallas to Vid Summit. Vid Summit is a YouTube conference put on by Daryl Eves, who knows probably more about YouTube than most YouTubers. He wrote the YouTube Formula, a great book. If you are a YouTuber and want to learn more, read that book. It's also put on by Mr. Beast. Heard of that guy? Heard he does pretty well on the YouTube. So anyway, it is not a fan event. Sure, there's people taking selfies, but it's just about learning from the best of the best of the best. So anyway, we have those 3 events coming up. So super stoked about that. Amazon same-day delivery. Gotta love that. Gotta love Amazon same-day delivery. And then shopping. Some of my favorite stores are here. And I've spent a lot of money at those stores so far. REI, right? The outdoor stores. Dick's Sporting Goods. I love Dick's Sporting Goods. And then pub subs from Publix. Man, they have some good subs. We miss those. And then in terms of real estate, my goodness, I was to say there's a lot more competition now on Maui. I am told that there were more real estate agents on a percentage per residents. There were like 2,600 real estate agents with a population of $150,000. Now here in Sarasota and Manatee County, there's like 9,000 plus real estate agents. That's a lot. I'll be the first to tell you, starting over, it sucks. Starting over definitely sucks. New brand name, right? Now we're the 941 Lifestyle Group, which is a new YouTube channel. 2 YouTube channels, by the way. Hey, let me drop that banner up there so you know. Yes, we have not only 1, but 2 YouTube channels. The one you're currently watching, 941 Lifestyle Group, and then 941 Premier Home Tours, which are home tours. For those of you who love those HGTV Bravo style home tours, yours truly doing those. They're model homes currently. They will eventually be our listings. Some of these are other real estate agents who have allowed us to do videos at their listings. And just out of nowhere, it's started to take off just on the last couple of days. So super excited. We had more views on that channel than we did on our main channel. So definitely go check those out. But starting again. I mean, my YouTube channel on Maui, I always joke that I could have done a video about roadkill on Maui and people would have watched it because it's Maui. Where my channel now, our channel now, it's about Lakewood Ranch. Teeny, tiny, right? 60, 70,000 residents. So obviously I knew doing a channel about that was not going to have the same amount of viewership, which is okay. But we want the phone to start ringing. That's why we do these channels to differentiate ourselves and show people that we are different real estate agents. So starting over again, and then relearning the area. Obviously, when we left the area back in 2018, there were like 8 villages in Lakewood Ranch. Now there's like 40 different communities that you can live in. So we have to relearn the area again, and we're doing it. Obviously, it just takes some time. Got a new TikTok account, Adam Miller in Florida. By the way, that's the Instagram as well too, and I'm regrowing that one too. I grew that one on Maui. I realized that most of the people who are currently following me on that Instagram followed me because of Maui. So I'm starting from scratch and building up those 2 channels. So feel free to follow me along on those. And it's going to take a while for people to know us. And again, no regrets. We're super happy to be back here. I'm going to put a link in the description uploads to that video, and we're super stoked. So one more thing that I want to share with you, as I do on every video, because I know we do get people who reach out to us wanting to get a deal. And a lot of times there are not deals when it comes to prices on homes, but there are definitely some deals when it comes to new construction and builder incentives. Now, I showed you some of these last week. Some of these might be the same, but there is D.R. Horton is offering savings at Star Farms. D.R. Horton is offering savings at Solera. Homes by West Bay is still doing a quick move-in promotion at Star Farms. Those are for homes that are move-in ready or almost move-in ready. Lennar Homes is offering up to $15,000 toward closing costs at Aurora in Lakewood Ranch. And Lennar is also offering up to $15,000 towards closing costs at Lorraine Lakes. MI Home has some great deals in Sweetwater. Actually, our next video that's going to drop is going to be in Sweetwater. I watched it today. It's actually one of the first videos we did. We're uploading these in different orders. I did that video when we first moved here in January. Mediocre at best, but watch it. It's short. It's like a minute and a half. Man, I learned so much. So they're offering great rates for Sweetwater Villas, Neil Communities at Windward. That's a great community as well too. We've done some videos there before too. Limited time interest rate savings. Pulte Homes at Waterside is offering special financing at 4.99%, 5.03 APR. Pulte Homes at Sapphire Point, also the same deal. And then Ryan Homes at Avalon Woods is offering up to $15,000 in closing costs, and another one for $18,000. Holy cow, it's even more. Taylor Morrison at Azario at the Townhomes, limited time finance savings on selected homes, and then Taylor Morrison at Azario Park East, limited time finance savings on select homes. I want to show you this one at Ryan Homes, up to $18,000 in closing costs at their townhomes. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, brand new at $310,000. Now, depending on where you live around the country, that's a great price. A CDD free community, meaning you don't have those thousands of dollar fees that other communities in Lakewood Ranch have to pay. Low homeowners associations at $136 a month. Exterior maintenance included, which is great. You don't need a lawnmower. You don't need to worry about weeding, and it's Florida, so you have to water and weed and mow. That's taken care of. There's a dog park, a community park, a playground, and minutes from the area's best shopping and dining. And again, as with all of the new construction, the people who work at the models and the sales, they represent the seller. They are very helpful. Reach out to us. You want somebody in your corner representing you, you can still talk to them. But if you do happen to go in there, or if you happen to go to the Lakewood Ranch Visitor Center, you can just say that you've got a real estate agent already, Adam Miller or Jessica Miller, my wife. She works exclusively with buyers. She is a rockstar real estate agent and can certainly help you. Do me a favor too. Drop those comments down below. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what kind of questions you have. Let us know what kind of comments you have. There'll be more information in the description down below, 941lifestylegroup.com. Check it out. Great information. My name is Adam Miller with the 941 Lifestyle Group, real estate agent, lifestyle matchmaker. We will see everybody next Thursday, 5 o'clock. I'm going to